You may sort of wonder, if you don't have a gun, how can you hunt rabbits? And, you know, there's the obvious things like bow and arrow, crossbow, something like that. You know, but you may say, well, I'm not sort of that way inclined, or you like you hear, you know, we have here in Australia, the gun laws are just pathetic, the paperwork is unbelievable, the delays, they deliberately screw you around and trying to get a gun. So how can I get rabbits? Well, I'll tell you a little trick my dad and my uncle used to do. They used to get, like in a car, or like a truck or whatever, and they'd go out in the paddock and go looking for rabbits. Anyway, they'd come roaring up and there might be one there. And my uncle would stay in the car with the spotlight. You got to get a spotlight now. When you get these, they're 12 volt. They are very high draw. These days you can get ones, even handheld ones I've seen, that are sort of efficient, but they are super duper bright, and they're called high intensity discharge, known as HID. You might want to look into get one of them, because I'm told they're something else. But you'd come roaring up and you get this spotlight, and you can get all this sort of stuff at hunting shops, electronic supply shop that I got all this sort of gear as well. And that's where I get my solar panels from, and they sell all that stuff. And you shine the spotlight straight on it, and you might have heard about the deer in the headlights thing with it. You've probably seen it. Well, you can do the same thing with a rabbit. You just shine that spotlight straight at it. It just sits there stunned. And my dad used to get out of the car, and he wouldn't cross in front of the light. He would walk like right out to the side, and then sort of come around more or less behind it. But he wouldn't, you know, get in front of the light and shadow the light or anything like that. He'd let my uncle keep the beam on it, and there'd be days sort of thing. And then he'd walk around the side and sort of come in the back, and he'd just grab hold of it and pick it up. And it was a live rabbit, you know. Didn't like being grabbed hold of, sort of thing, a little squeak or whatever. And then you just put it in the Hessian bag, and that was it. And he used to say that was, you know, would allow you to have a nice clean kill, because essentially you didn't shoot him. You got him live, sort of thing, and then you just, you know, take the head off and blah blah blah. So yeah, I thought I'd throw that one up because it was sort of interesting when he told me. I thought, oh hell, that's worth sort of probably worth you know, considering yourself if you don't have a gun like me. I haven't tried it yet, but I've mucked around with a car with the high beams, and I tell you what, it sort of works. They sort of don't know what they're doing, and at times I've ripped the door open and gone and made a run at them, and you know they've only narrowly escaped. Haven't got one yet, but I might try that same stuff myself one day. I'll go get myself, because I've sort of been, sometimes things go bump in the night here, and those crappy little LED torches and that little 3 LED, I can't see anything. And I wouldn't mind getting a HID, because I've seen one that's only 35 watts, and getting that. And this one is actually rechargeable with a sealed battery in it, the one I'm looking at, and they reckon by hell you can just light up everything with it. Like, it's got real distance to it, so yeah, I may try it myself one day.